This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to Essence-tially Dacob, my fragrant perfume shrine. Today is the day. It's November, and with November cometh my selection of top 5 perfume for the month of November. Let's dive into it. But first, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube if you haven't already. And you can also follow me on my main channel, superdacob main channel, where I live stream these videos that you see now. I live stream every Saturday on my main channel. Go follow me there and partake in the conversation. I have my wonderful co-reviewers in the chats here with me right now. Over there, you can also push the join button on the main channel, become a member today. You can also join Super Dacob on Patreon. It also helps sustain and support this channel, and you get extra perks for it too. So you guys, let's get to the top 5 for the month of November 2021. Interesting month. A lot of changes happening in my life this month, so it's a very emotional roller coaster ride. And let's get one of the first perfumes out of the way. By the way, my wonderful co-chatters in the live section right now, you guys in the chats can try to guess. That's fun to guess while I'm recording the video. Obviously, if you're watching this video later on in the comment sections down below, I mean, you can just fast forward the video and know what perfumes I'm choosing, but it's always fun to guess. So it would be great to let me know in the comment section down below what picks you think I have. And even more importantly, I would love to hear which top 5 you choose for the month of November. All right, you guys. So because November has been a very intense month for me thus far, a lot of changes happening for me, a lot of big life decisions as Coco Chanel would say, whenever you have a big change in your life, or whenever you need to ask for something, or whenever you're leaving something, always look presentable, always be clean, and smell like the perfume is your future. So number 5, the Pure Perfume is with me everywhere I go. It's my talisman. This is the 7.5 milliliter extrait. It is the Parfum in 7, but let me give you a close-up of it so you can see the concentration. Right down there. Can you? No. The camera is like, no, you can't. Okay, I give up. This camera is a mess. Anyway, so it says Parfum down here. And I love it so much. I have to report, though, that unfortunately, the Pure Perfume from the batch codes 6 onwards that are coming out in 2021, something has changed, and I'm kind of worried now. I talk about this more in an unboxing video, in one of my Chanel unboxing videos, which you can also check out on my main channel. But just to let you know, try to find a batch code as early as possible, like in the 5s, 4s, 3s, 2. You know, now I've tested the 6 series, and when it starts hitting the dry down, you smell Chanel No. 5 Pure Perfume. But the opening is very strange. It's not what it used to be. Not saying I don't like it, but I almost feel like they're trying to modernize it in a way. They're trying to make the Pure Perfume smell almost as if it were the Pure Perfume version of L'Eau. And if they're really going in that direction, I'm shocked. However, the dry down is still, I want to say, amazing. It gets there, right? But the top notes are very weird. Very weird. I do not know if anybody tried the 6 series yet of the Pure Perfume. But more about that on my other channel when I do my number 5. Well, not the number 5 unboxing. When I do an unboxing in which I also talk about number 5. So anyway, So this one really gives me strength and power to get through all the changes in life. The batch code that I have here, I mean, this one is an old one. Okay. So this is 0301. You know, this one has been around for several years. So maybe also it got a little bit more dense and intense. But I have another one here, a tester, a 35 mil tester that they don't sell. You know, these are testers for the shops, the Pure Perfume tester. This is a 5401. Also amazing. I bought this secondhand, obviously, so I'm not so sure. I think the 5401 is like 9 years old, so this one might be 9 years old. I don't think this one is from last year, because I think I bought this one way before a year ago. So last year was the year of the 5 batch codes, and so this one might be 8 years before that, so it's now 9 years old, but it's amazing still. Obviously, it's always amazing. The older Chanel No. 5 gets, the better it smells. There's that to say as well. So Chanel No. 5 is my first go-to perfume in the pure perfume form, because it just gives me such a sense of empowerment. Like, I can get through the day, no matter what changes come my way, I will be able to deal with them and come out triumphant and come out happy and come out just with a positive outcome. Moving on to the second one is also Chanel, and it is Gardenia. And this is so bizarre. I've never chosen Gardenia eau de parfum form in November. Never. Now I'm craving this like crazy craving Gardenia. Enjoying it a lot. The acidity in it, it just, I don't know what, it hits the spot for me. Also, what I love is layering Gardenia with the No. 5 body cream. So I layer those two a lot. Delicious. I wear Gardenia every time I do my exclusive live stream pre-shows, which are exclusive to my Tier 2 members and Tier 2 patrons. I do those live streams every Saturday before the main show for exclusive for my Tier 2 members and patrons. And I wear Gardenia. It just gives me the right energy to initiate a long journey of a live stream that's going to happen pre-show and then main show, because the live streams go on for 10, 11 hours. Everybody's invited to join, by the way. And mind you, next Saturday in the exclusive pre-show, only for Tier 2 members and patrons, I will be doing the behind the top 5 perfumes for the month of November video, which is a more psychological and in-depth video about why the choice of these 5 perfumes. So I go into even a more in-depth analysis of them. So be sure to join, become a patron or member today, and check out that video as well, coming out soon. Now, so this one is great for the pre-shows. And I love this one in summer, but somehow now in winter, in really cold months, it assumes a clinical smell. It smells clinical in the cold weather. It's amazing. It almost freezes on your skin, and it makes you focus. It's a fragrance that makes you focus. It's very fascinating. And it makes me focus, but in a floral way. It makes me smile while I'm serious and focused. It's an interesting balance between being serious and being happy at the same time. And that's exactly Gardenia throughout the day. It doesn't have very big lasting power on the skin, so I can reapply this one between other perfumes or layer it together with other perfumes. As I said, layering it with the No. 5 cream, amazing. But because it layers very well with the cream, it also layers very well with the pure perfume of Chanel No. 5. These two together really go well hand in hand. Number 3, going back to pure perfumes and extraits, because, you know, I always support the pure extraits and I always want to raise awareness about extraits. Thank you for subscribing, Isabel. I always want to raise awareness about extraits. I want people to keep using extraits to discover them. And we got Shalimar, the extrait, the pure perfume. This thing is amazing. Just amazing. It's just beautiful. It makes you feel warm, opulent, very delicate, subtle. The citrus in here, and then the vanilla, the citrus at the top, the vanilla at the bottom, and all the smoky woods in between. It's just beautiful, dreamy perfume. It is in a splash bottle, and it's. Oh, let me put some on. Actually, I'm craving it right now. Let's dab some on. Let's just enjoy this for a second. Oh, it hits the spot. It's so amazing. Nothing like Shalimar to be so fresh and zesty and citrusy, almost like a limoncello and a lemon tart, but at the same time so deep and resinousy and vanillic. So you smell that warmth at the bottom, but it's so sparkling lemony at the top. It's so delicious. So delicious. This one, morning, day, and night. Ooh, cha, just fell out of its little container. Hold on. This one is good for, because I have it in here and then it kind of just like has a tendency of like popping out. Hold on, let me just close it properly so it doesn't leak. This one, day, morning, evening, and night. I use it quite a bit just to give me a little oomph. And sometimes if I like, you know, I've been like at home the whole day on YouTube editing and you get a bit bored and you kind of have this tendency of whenever you're bored, you want to grab a snack. And sometimes I'm like, Dacob, you've been snacking a bit too much today. So instead of grabbing a snack, I apply this on my skin. It satiates me. It gives me a feeling of saturation in a good way. So it's kind of been my snack as well. The pure perfume of Shalimar throughout the day, privately at home. It's not a perfume that I would wear to kind of impress outdoors. It's very intimate and beautifully fluffy, and it makes you feel safe. So it makes me feel safe in November. Number 4, interesting, but you know, yeah, very luscious, says Katie. One of my faves is, it's amazing. Emily says, I just love the Shalimar bottle. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Jam says, Rive Gauche extrait seems good for November. Rive Gauche extrait is the best in April, March, April, for me. Anyway, so number 4 is another Chanel, Le Lion de Chanel, the 200 milliliter bottle, because I purchased that one as well. Yes, I also got the 75 ml. I've been stocking up on this one. So I'm not going to, first I bought this one a year ago and I stopped using it because I'm going to use this one just for travels because it's little, you can't really travel with this one. So now I'm just using this one. And I purposefully put this in my selection right after Shalimar because people say, oh, it smells like Shalimar. It smells like Coromandel. It doesn't. Not at all. You need time to understand just how different they are. They are so different. They are worlds apart. But it takes it took me a year to dissect this one properly and get to the point where I understood it. And I can still say I'm still not fully there understanding it. It keeps showing me new facets the more time goes by. But because it keeps me guessing all the time, I crave it every day because every day I spray it on, it's like rediscovering something new. And it makes me believe in myself more because it's like, it's always the same perfume and yet it always smells slightly different. So I can reinvent myself too. I can make it in this life too. I can also grow and change and evolve. And so it's giving me a good input. It's making me feel like everything is possible. It's a very, very optimistic fragrance, and yet it also has, you know, different nuances to it. It has also the sexual side, the dirty hay. It has the churchy incense. Heck, just yesterday wearing it, I was so shocked. It dried down, and out of the blue, I smell myself, and I'm like, wait a minute, did I spray La Pausa today? No, I didn't. It's in a whole other room of the castle. And I was like, oh my God, this is the dry down of Le Lion, but there's no orris root in here. Or is there orris root in here? It smelled just like La Pausa, which I never smelled out before. Le Lion, I never got that nuance before. I got the number 22 nuance at a certain point. I got the 31 Rocambon nuance. Last time I reviewed this one, check out the review on my channel as well on Essentially Dacob. I also get hints of a number 19, but just yesterday, I also got La Pausa. This thing is amazing, just amazing. And it makes me feel like everything is possible. So definitely in my top 5 for November. And I mean, you know, I just unboxed this one like a week ago. Look how much it's already getting used up. Number 5, and this wraps up my top 5 for the month of November, would be a fragrance that I use a lot, especially after Halloween ends. So as Halloween ends, it's my favorite time of the year. The end of October symbolizes the harvest, the collecting the soul, collecting your internal growth, letting something, for me, it's the end of the year, really. Halloween is like New Year's Eve for me. It's like letting something die and something new is reborn. And you think a lot about life, you think a lot about the passing of time, and you think a lot about, I don't know, everything you've done right or wrong throughout the year. And it does also make you feel weird sometimes, like time never really passes. It's like we're shifting from, I don't know, time is a bizarre thing. It's a bizarre construct, and it makes you feel like a vampire in a way. And I've been, you know, just reviewed on my Totally Dacob pop culture channel. This little beauty here, he's very shy, Count Dracula. He doesn't want to show himself. So he doesn't want to show himself, but Dracula, right? Man, let me tell you something. I just rewatched it today again. I still say it doesn't have the best chemistry between certain actors. Still, each actor cast on their own, great. But anyway, that's besides the point. The cinematography, the special effects, the costumes, the whole vibe, the whole dreamy vibe of this tale, it just moves like a dream. Obsessed, right? Obsessed. And so the 5th perfume is kind of connected to Dracula, but also connected to the dryness after something ends and you're anticipating for it to begin again, because in the movie, Dracula loses the love of his life, and then he spends centuries and centuries waiting for her to be reincarnated. And that, there's this anticipation that I have also of something new to begin that I've been waiting and longing for centuries myself. And nothing better than Sandalo. Sandalo by Lorenzo Villoresi. Let me zoom this one in, you guys, if I can. There it is. Sandalo by Lorenzo Villoresi. Yeah. And I have a really old batch. This is like from 2008 or 9. So it's very intense by now, and it's almost medicinal, and it's woodsy, sandalwoodsy, dusty sandalwood. Almost feels like the attic of a castle that's been abandoned for centuries. It makes time stop. It literally, when you smell this, you have to wear this at home. This is not one that you wear out and about. This is something intimate. It's super powerful, super intense. It goes on for hours and hours and hours on the skin. And you put it on and you're kind of in the state of in-between time. You start floating and reminiscing and traveling, and it's a very meditative fragrance, but it is also connected to death, the end of something and the beginning of something new, and waiting for something new to happen. And but that something new is just not there yet. It's a very fascinating concept of endless time, and yet not having enough time at the same time. So that would be my number 5. And I wear this one at night, but also daytime sometimes, even in the morning when I'm really feeling my vampire vibes. So that will be my top 5 perfumes for the month of November. Let me read some of your chats and play and scroll the end credits for all my patrons and Tier 2 members who thankfully support the Fashion Bunker and the Essence-tially Dacob Fragrant Bunker as well. Iris Elisa says, your perfume reviews are so articulate and well-rounded. You make me feel I need to go and smell everything you're describing. It's borderline annoying in a good sense. Amazing. Thank you so much, Iris. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Let me see. Dacob's Castle with the perfume vault, says Jam. Oh, totally. Emily says, I need this one. I must try this one, says KDF. Yay, made it to the to this part of the DLB. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. It says, hi Dacob, looking fabulous. Thank you so much. Jam says, Rive Gauche extrait seems good for November. So I was reading this before. You know, Rive Gauche is a very interesting chypre fragrance, very metallic in the opening. Such a fascinating concoction of a perfume. And yes, the pure perfume is the most amazing of the concentrations of Rive Gauche, but unfortunately it's been discontinued. So if you do have managed to hunt down a vintage one, I highly recommend it. It smells divine even after so many years. It usually ages quite well. Just be careful if you're getting a bottle, you know, not a spray. They also had a miniature spray version of it, of the pure perfume. But if you're getting a dabber bottle, you know, splash, it can go stale as well. It doesn't usually, because it has a lot of, you know, it's a chypre. It should have a lot of oak moss in it. And that's kind of a really good fixative. But always good to smell these things if you can before you buy them. Jesus says, Le Leon, right? Emily loves the Shalimar perfume bottle shape. Oh, Angela says, I tried Le Lion de Chanel a few days ago and I loved it for this season. Could be in here this month or maybe more a December fragrance. Actually, I know a lot of people who love it in summer. To me, it's wonderful late summer, early autumn. I've been living for this one all of September, all of October, and now in November as well. Le Lion is not as warm as other fragrances. I think if you want something really for December, maybe more Coromandel, you know, because Coromandel has a little bit of that white chocolate, patchouli touch to it that goes more into warmer territories. Le Lion is strangely not that warm. It also has that hay ratchety edge, which is kind of more carnal, but kind of cold, detached. It's a dry hay, not a wet hay, if you know what I mean. Oh yes, Prof. Melvin says some florals smell different in cold weather. They totally change according to the weather. Gardenia blossoms in a very green, poisonous way in summer, the perfume, but Chanel's perfume, but in winter or now in colder months in autumn, it crystallizes on the skin. It's less fleshy and more focused. It's like a sharp crystal in colder months. Very fascinating how different it is. Oh, Jam says, Chanel just seems to do everything wrong now. Yeah, these days, I think they're going through some trouble because what they're doing just ain't it at the moment. You know what I mean? Angela says, why change number 5? It should be celebrated this year and not killed off. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, the dry down is good. Well, I'll do a video on it as well. It's very bizarre what they did with Chanel number 5 at the moment with the new batches, the pure perfume. Very bizarre. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love and cue in to the exclusive Patreon and Tier 2 members show on my main channel next Saturday to watch the behind these top 5 perfumes for the month of November 2021. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Never give up on love.